Greetings, everyone! Welcome to the Mega Man issue 45 review. This would have come out much sooner if not for Archie delaying its release for some reason. But hey, I have it now, so let's go through the story. But first, our hero defeated the last of the Mega Man 3 Robot Masters and sent the remaining energy elements back to the lab. At said lab, Roll found Otto's remains, and this incident tipped Dr. Light that Wily hasn't quite reformed. Despite locking down the lab to all but Light family members, Wily found a workaround thanks to Light's estranged son, Breakman, and together, the two finished Doc Robot and captured Dr. Light and Roll. Mega Man is flying home on Rush, concerned about the lack of communication. He should be, as not only is the lab on fire, but Breakman ambushes them. Inside, Wily tries to get Light to surrender Gamma by having Doc Robot run amok. Roll tries to attack Doc Robot and yeah, that went well. Doc Robot retaliates with Air Shooter, then with Bubble Lead. Oh jeez. I should point out that the personalities were arguing whether or not to actually harm Roll. Anyway, Wily mentions Doc Robot's unpredictability and again demands Gamma. Realizing it's not worth losing his little girl, Dr. Light surrenders Gamma. But before Wily leaves with the giant robot, he wants the last two energy elements installed. Dr. Light points out that Gamma still won't work without a voice-imprinted password, but Dr. Wily will figure out a workaround. Heck, the mad scientist plans to use the energy element's teleportation system to get Gamma out of the lab. And so Wily forces Roll to install the remaining energy elements, while Dr. Light lowers the lab defenses. Wily here gloats and, whoa, getting a little physical, aren't we, Dr. Light? And I don't blame him, as he said it himself. Wily turned his robot kids against each other. Doc Robot ends the struggle. With the installation of the last energy elements complete, Wily prepares to leave. He gives Light a lesson in humility as he orders Doc Robot to destroy everything above the hangar. Back outside, Mega Man and Breakman continue their fight. Rush tries to interfere, but it only ends up with the Robo-Dog at Buster Point. Mega Man pleads to Breakman to spare Rush, and Breakman only relents after learning about the icy chips inside Rush. Mega Man fails to reason with Breakman, and then suddenly the lab blows up. Breakman gets an update from Dr. Wily, and Mega Man is oh so ready for another round. Breakman will fight him again, only after the Blue Bomber's repaired and refueled himself. After leaving a flash drive with coordinates, Breakman teleports away. Mega Man flies through the wreckage towards the hangar to find Roll and Dr. Light safe. Well, Dr. Light's safe physically. Mentally though, yeah. He's going through a major breakdown here. Understandable given the circumstances. His family comforts him, and Rock admits that he too has made mistakes, but Light was there to fix them. Now our blue robot wants to return the favor. This snaps Dr. Light out of his funk, and the family begins planning. Rock shows them the flash drive containing coordinates to Wily's new castle, and while Roll suspects a trap, Light believes that Breakman wants to fight Mega Man on even ground. Thus begins a montage sequence featuring salvaging Otto from the destroyed lab. We'll say plot armor and move on. Dr. Light and Otto preparing Mega Man for battle, Roll storing the IC chips, and Dr. Light briefing Mega Man on Gamma. For the record, Light did say they have enough supplies to fix Mega Man in the hangar. On the villain side of the montage, Dr. Wily plans and builds his override device, while Breakman stores the Mega Man 2 Robot Master bodies. Mega Man and Rush are ready, and everyone wishes them good luck. Dr. Light warns Mega Man that without the lab, there will be no support. But Mega Man feels confident that he'll succeed. So we end the issue with Mega Man and Rush teleporting to Wily Castle 3, where Breakman awaits them. Yeah, not only has crap hit the fan exploded as a result. If anybody had sympathy for Dr. Wily before this issue, there is a good chance it's gone now. He lost my sympathy for when he trashed Otto a couple of issues ago. He played his two trump cards, Breakman and Doc Robot, and not only got away with Gamma, but destroyed Light Labs. I admit it's extreme, but in a way I kinda like it. It has to do with the medium. With the comics, you need to explain how Wily got Gamma out of the lab, and as a bonus, you get to see how much of a douche Wily is. Let's compare it to the game. The only indication of Wily's thievery is this scene of Dr. Light telling Mega Man Wily stole Gamma. We never saw the theft, but I'll give it a pass because 8-bit game. And please note that in the game, Wily stole Gamma after the Doc Robot fight. Speaking of Doc Robot, it literally has a multiple personality disorder. That's what you get for placing 8 IC chips in one robot body, Wily. Thankfully, you can tell who's speaking thanks to the color-coded speech bubbles. I admit it took me a while to tell who's who. Ah, Breakman. Acting as much of a jerk as always. I mean, threatening to shoot a robot dog? Though, his behavior is understandable. Remember, from his point of view, Light replaced him and now he wants to settle the score. He's not a complete jerk as he showed concern for everyone's safety when the lab exploded. He also wanted a fair fight, so he allowed Mega Man to get all patched up before meeting him at Wily Castle 3. Bottom line, he's a complicated robot. Alright, let's talk about Dr. Light. While he prepared himself for Wily's betrayal last issue, it was from a logical point of view. It's only when Wily played his trump cards and threatened his children that he finally surrendered. But still, he wasn't emotionally prepared for Wily's betrayal. Remember, Drs. Light and Wily were colleagues, friends even, for many years. Sure, he broke down when Wily hijacked the Light bots in issue 1, but he bounced back quickly. Light also hoped that the Raw Moon incident was the reason for Wily's behavior. But as we just saw, Wily knew what he was doing the entire time. This once again broke Light mentally and emotionally. And to add salt to the wound, Wily had Doc Robot destroy the lab, crippling Light's legacy. Sure, stealing the giant peacekeeping robot affected Light, but this act, if you'll excuse my word choice, struck closer to home. Even his children were affected, but not to the same level. Hence Mega Man offering to help Dr. Light. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it's a nice callback to issue 1 where Rock volunteered to become Mega Man in order to help people. This time, it's more related to helping Dr. Light. Oh, don't worry, he's still going to help people by stopping Dr. Wily from using Gamma to take over the world. Anyway, we have a new artist for the book, Ryan Odagawa. He's a freelance artist who's worked with other companies including Marvel and DC. And so far, I like his work. Now, I don't normally comment on the colorist, but in this case, we have Sonic comic artist Evan Stanley doing the job, and I have one word to describe her work. Shiny! I know people will point out Wily's override device. Let's just say I'm saving it for the showdown later on, but people will recognize it if they are in any way, shape, or form familiar with Mega Man 3. And so, the final score for this story is a 9 for its emotional impact for all parties involved. Next time, it's Mega Man vs. Breakman! Again! And this time it's for keeps. Maybe. So until then, have a good day and be safe.